All the scores, all the highlights, all the fans. This is Friday Night Football on NBC 25.
Over the summer, Lapeer High School made headlines when they announced that they would be combining Lapeer West and Lapeer East into one big school. Once the decision was on paper, all the furniture had been moved and the logos had been changed. All that was left was for the athletes to come together as one unit after years as bitter rivals. The transition has actually gone off without a hitch as the newly formed Lapeer Lightning are off to a 7-0 start. Their offense averages over 50 points per game and the defense gives up less than 3, but this week Lapeer would face its toughest test of the season as they hit the road and headed to Carman-Ainsworth, where the Cavaliers sat just one game behind them in the standings. These two teams, like I said, separated by one game in the standings. If I had to pick one before the game started, I'd say it was a coin toss. The Cavaliers have the ball first quarter. Caleb Ruffin squirts through the hole on the left side. He hits the afterburners, and he is going to go 70 yards for the score, and Carman-Ainsworth takes the early 7-0 lead. We're going to go to the second quarter now. Still 7-0 when Tyler Miner does something ridiculous. He fumbles the exchange, so he keeps it himself, spins out of one tackle, shakes two more, spins out of a second tackle, and picks up 20 yards before Lapeer is able to bring him down. 2 plays later, it's Ruffin again, finding a hole and taking it to the house. The touchdown would make it 14-0 Cavaliers. It took overtime, but Lapeer uses a huge second half to come back and win in a tough environment, 34-31. Another big game this week, Beecher and Montrose. The Rams and Buccaneers are tied at 7 at the half. Second quarter, Jake Schneider goes read option. He gets flattened. Third down. Schneider steps back, looks, but he gets sacked by Tajon Williams. A few plays later, Beecher takes over. Marcus Wright looking for Jelani Taylor, who gets pushed out of bounds, but it's not quite enough for the first down. They're going to go for it on 4th down. It's 4th and 2 right. Little too high for Williams, and we're still tied at 7. What a game this was. But if things change, a few plays later, 3rd and 14, Schneider chucks it downfield. Taylor's going to pick him off and take it to the house. Beecher misses the PAT, so it's 13-7 in the 4th quarter. Right back at it again. He heaves the ball 70 yards where Montrose's Colin DeWitt snatches it, but at that point it was a little too late. Beecher wins, beating Montrose 19-14 to take home the GAC Red crown. Next up, we have Birch Run at Millington. The fans were pumped up to see the senior Cardinals play for the last time on their home turf. Second half, we're all tied up. The Cardinals on the 14-yard line. Colton Sieberts charges left, and he'll take 3 Panthers to bring him down. Tough run in there. The ensuing drive. Big pass down the field intended for Austin Levin, but it's picked off by Anthony Reinig. Birch Run, defense stepping up in a big way. 3rd and 9 later in the game. Chase Maxim, again, 3 defenders needed to take him down. After a turnover, the Panthers get a run at it. Logan Bovey tries to spin move, but he doesn't get far. Nice tackling by the Cardinal defense here. Next drive, William Perriard gets caught by the shoelaces, and the Panthers will be stopped at the 40-yard line. Lastly, Bovey is going to break left, almost go out of bounds. He's going to blow over his shoulder and drive right through the tackle of Austin Woods. He'd take it all the way down the sideline for the score, and it proved to be decisive as the Panthers will pull away. Birch Run 27, Millington 21. Mount Morris was at Goodrich tonight in a GAC Red matchup. First quarter, Nathaniel Ellis pitches to Michael Marston. He gets outside, cuts back, shakes off defenders, tiptoes down the sidelines, and he's going to go 88 yards. That is some terrific balance right there. It's 7-0 Martians. On the ensuing Mount Morris drive, Tony Saldana takes the ball, rolls out, goes up top, and finds nothing but blue Eric Hildebrand with a pick. He takes it deep into Panthers territory, but it would come back after a block in the back call. Later in the drive, second quarter, Thomas Hart will get in from about 3 yards out. That's going to make it 14-0 Goodrich. Goodrich improves to 7-1 with an easy 35-0 win over Mount Morris. A few scores to tell you about now. Harrison and Clare play a great game. Clare wins by 1, 30-29. Freeland over Alma, 35-20. Linden all over Clio tonight, 48-23. And Lake Fenton thumps Corona, 27-0. Chesaning was at Swan Valley tonight looking to knock the mighty Vikings off their throne. Hamady had their sights set on New Lothrop, and Fenton and Flushing collided tonight in the Flint Metro League brawl. We'll have your highlights coming up next.
Hey, we're the Montrose Rams, and you're watching Friday Night Football on NBC 25. We're the Viking marching band. You're watching Friday Night Football
tough sledding in the Flint Metro League this year, but as the season has worn on, the cream has risen to the top in the form of Fenton and Flushing. Fenton comes into the game undefeated. Flushing has only one loss on the season, a 27-23 loss to Hazlitt in Week 2. However, both teams are undefeated in conference play, and tonight the two powers collided in Fenton with first place up for grabs. There had to be 6 million people at this game tonight because parking was absolutely impossible. Huge crowd at this game. We're in the second quarter, Fenton leading 21-14 and pouring it on. Rosario Ebert throws a nice ball to Alec Thomas here for the first down. And then 2 plays later, Shane Kalinske takes a hit but keeps the legs turning, and he gets in standing up. Fenton blasts the leader, 49-41. Hamady was at New Lothrop tonight. We're going to pick this up in the first quarter. 2nd and 5 for the Hornets. Caleb Simons takes it up the gut, 14 yards for the score, 21-0 New Lothrop. The fans were pumped. Then the ensuing kickoff, Simeon Kemp on the return. He gets some room and takes it 95 yards for the score. The Hawks were down 21-7 at that point. New Lothrop wins 45-20. Flint Northwestern at Powers Catholic. Second quarter, Chargers are already up big, but the Wildcats were not backing down. Shamon Halbert over the middle to Devin McClendon. He shakes off 2 tackles and gets in for the 44-yard score. It's 41-20 Powers. With 1 second left in the half, 3rd and long for the Chargers. Noah Sargent rolls up, goes up top. Spencer Myers makes a terrific grab in traffic for the touchdown with no time left on the clock. Look at that pass. 48-20 Chargers led at the half. Powers improves to 6-2 on the year with a 68-26 win over Flint Northwestern. Chesaning was at Swan Valley tonight in a Tri-Valley Central clash. It's Chesaning ball on the 50-yard line. Travis Young breaks left, gets stripped by Isaiah Burden. Swan Valley fumbles, but recovers. Close call there on the next drive. Jacob Gross hits a wall of Viking defenders. They always say 3 hats per tackle. There it is. He gets taken down by Taylor Rayu. Final score, Chesaning 21, Swan Valley 37. Other scores to tell you about now, Elkton, Pigeon, Bayport, all over Reese 30-0. Mount Pleasant and Bay City Central playing a great game. Bay City Central wins 26-22. After getting whacked by Ithaca last week, Lutheran Seminary hammers Breckenridge 55-0. Frankenmuth over Otisville, Lakeville Memorial 62-6. It's time for our plays of the night. We're going to start with number 3, Goodrich hosting Mount Morris. Nathan Ellis pitches to Michael Marston. He gets outside, cuts back, shakes off defenders, and tiptoes down the near sideline. Takes it 88 yards for the touchdown. Goodrich wins 35-0. Next game, Montrose at Beecher. Second half, Montrose's Jake Snyder looking downfield. Jelani Taylor picks him off and takes it to the house for our second best play of the night. Our top play of the night comes to us courtesy of Carman-Ainsworth. Tyler Miner, second quarter, just ridiculous athleticism here. Spins once, shakes 2 defenders, spins again. Lightning need overtime, but they win 34-31. That is going to do it for us tonight. Join us tomorrow. We'll bring you highlights from Northwood's game with Findlay. Michigan State battles Indiana, and the Saginaw Spirit drop the puck against Kitchener. Thanks for joining us tonight. We will see you tomorrow.